Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just going to go pick my size. And then after that, I'm going to choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back. So I'm just going to get it as it is. I'm going to click add to cart, view cart. And this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout. You fill in all your information. And then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool crisis meeting 2.0. When is it gonna end, Robbie? I don't know when is it gonna end, Robbie. I don't know. You get me? So yeah, big up to all of you guys. Man said I can't be seen in a Liverpool shirt right now. I can be seen in a Liverpool shirt. Club colors. Club badge right here, you get me? So yeah, I rep my club, always win, lose or draw. And make sure guys go over to OK Jersey and get yourself a Liverpool shirt or any shirt, whoever you support in the chat, with the code Husam to get 8% off as discount, Habibis. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. We're actually closing in on 64.2k subscribers. The road to 65k continues. You get me? We're going to be back with watch-alongs and everything tomorrow. So we got you guys covered with entertainment, inshallah. So big up to all of you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Redmond is going to be with us any second now. That's who I was texting in the beginning. You get me? So yeah, he's going to be with us in any second now. And yeah, big up. I see both super chatters as well. I'll address all of them in a bit. Let's or shall I just start with them? Let me just start with them so we can or actually, you know what? Let's do the discussion first. Yeah, let's better do the discussion first. All the super chatters, I promise you, they're all saved. Just bear with us because there's a lot to get through. Fozzy, my brother, I'm gonna start off with you this time. Talk to me, Habibi. Another loss. How do you feel?
Watching that game the other day with a different formation, especially when these kids play, you know, the same formation from under nines all the way to the senior team, was strange for me. And for 40 minutes, they kept a clean sheet. They've been all right. You know what I mean?
Oh, as I'm adjusting the lighting as well. Like, oh, this is spooky. Happy Halloween to those who don't celebrate it. Happy, what day is it? It's Friday. Happy Friday.
Right.
Big up everyone in the stream, man. I'm just adjusting my lighting, so I'm looking absolutely mighty fine and I'm mighty fine and gorgeous anyway. Let's be honest. Why have we got the dictator format, by the way? Why is Husam just in the middle like the big dog? Husam, I made you. Don't forget this.
First of all, you did not make me.
Oh,
I met you when I had 30k already. Yeah. Also, we're on the same side.
It was a big deal. I'm only joking.
We're on the same side. Can we focus on the enemies of the club, please? Anyway, go ahead, Fozzy. Carry on.
Yeah,
man.
As
Wait, the enemies among us.
Enemy 1, enemy 2, right there. See?
Hang on. Is James out or is he in?
Oh, James is slotted.
I'm in all the way, baby. I'm in all. I've never been so in. Oh my God, you can't get me out. You can't get me out.
Go on, Fozzy. Let Fozzy speak. Go on, Fozzy. Go on.
Okay, pause. Yeah, actually, let's pause because we are talking about football here. Do you know what I mean? We are talking about football. Because, yeah. Let's go.
True.
I heard you was making a point.
Yeah, so yeah, I was just talking about, you know, seeing a different formation in the game while these young kids have been playing, you know, the same formation from under nines all those with the senior team, which is like 4-3-3. And obviously they kept a clean sheet to the 40 minutes. I'm not going to really judge the team because I think he threw a lot of people under the bus in that game as well. Like Chiesa on his own up front, this Morrison kid in the right wing didn't make sense to me because he didn't really do much. Ramsey's the only one that actually came out of the game with flying colors, I thought. And, you know, not having anyone on the bench to help out these kids through a difficult game like that, with Crystal Palace having their first teamers out there, they didn't really, fill me with any confidence, you know, in the coming games. And then he's making excuses after the match. saying about, Man City can change teams and we can't do the same, we're dealing with injuries. And then I thought to myself, bro, didn't you just say to me before, like, you like to work with a small squad? This is what you said. So why are you complaining about the squad you got, especially with the amount of players that you bought? And and then he talks about Chelsea, and then he talks about, it's just too much of excuses. Now, like, his press conferences is all about excuses. And it's just running out now. If he does not win the next game or two, I'm in a position like I could be just saying, enough is enough. I'm done out here, because, losing 4 games in 9 games, I've never seen anything like it from a defending champions. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there has been before, but I've never seen anything like that. So the season is going to be longer if we continue with this kind of, style of football, which is no style of football, because I don't see any formation that's making me look forward to the next games. It's just like players put on a pitch and told to play and then see what happens. That's how I see it with him. So it's just the next few games, guys. I just want to see at least style of play. If we're not going to win those games, and if it's the same, I'm probably going to be joining Jerry and Mike.
But are you not slot out yet?
Bro, I'm not out. I'm not part.
I get you.
I've been through so many managers, James, like down the years. You know what I mean? Like,
Pause.
I've never been out. I've never been out of
through
managers. Yeah, I've never threw managers under the bus, but this one is, especially with the amount of money we spent, and the identity is not even on the pitch. What we're saying is not football. Like, I don't know what we're watching. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about this yesterday. The last time I was manager out was Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
I haven't been manager out for a while.
Is this because like what we're seeing is so foreign to what we thought we was going to see going into the season?
That's the thing, James. He is. Am I wrong here, guys? What did they say? Like, he's similar to Jurgen. That's why we got him into the club. Like, he plays the same.
I think that was official from Edwards' mouth now.
I'm sure that.
But it's part of it, definitely.
It was part of it. I'm sure there was part of it.
Yeah, because there is similarities, but I think
that was the reason we didn't get Hammer a minute, because it's so
different. Three at the back, and I even said that in his press conferences. We're similar. He said, "Me and Jurgen, we're pretty similar. I've got
similar.
Yeah, a little bit different from him, but yeah." But
do you know what I will say to that? I also would never put a cap on a coach evolving. So despite the bad form right now, I'd never berate a coach for trying something different. When Pep Guardiola realised something weren't working long term, he made a pivot and he changed it. And even though they're still not back to the peak of City, they're better than what they was, especially this season. I don't mind a manager trying to evolve. I don't mind a manager, getting inspired by certain tactics or whatever have you. It's just when you make that change, you've got to make it work. And at the moment, he's not. So when people build that skepticism, you have got to give credit to that side. I just think that side's too prematurely jumping on the let's completely sack him, get him out the club type stuff. I think it's way too early. 7 points between us and Arsenal. And that is a bigger gap than what we would have anticipated from the start of the season. But it's just not world-ending stuff. And I just... October's too early for me. Husam, we spoke about this earlier.
I know you trust me, James.
Trust me.
You think it's...
I trust
Mike? Mike. Oh, yeah. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Do you still believe Arne Slot is the Antichrist of football?
I do.
That is mad.
I know that they're very strong words, but I'm a very emotional person, and I like to speak in metaphor. The reason why, though, I understand James's perspective, right? Because James believes that the change has come this season in the style of play. The difference in my perspective is that the change came in January. The change came at the turn of the year. The change came against Everton away. It came against Southampton away. It came against Brighton at home. It came against Arsenal away. We can't obviously revise last season. We can't go back. I mean, we can contextualize the league a little bit, but at the same time, Arnie got the job done. So I have to give him his flowers in that sentiment. I'm not trying to take anything away from him when I go back and I look at our form. But at the same time, I sat there and I would call in and I'd say, yo, I know that we won today, but like, what the fuck am I watching? And then people would say, hey, Das, you're being a little negative dickhead. Do me a favor, stop talking, right? But then we make the turn of the year and we play exceptionally poor and we blow every 2-0 lead we had, but we were winning the games. So I was being quiet because I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a new me this year. I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to try to be optimistic. And then we beat Southampton, and I'm like, what am I watching? Genuinely, what am I watching? What am I doing here? And then we lose to Crystal Palace, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I watching? And then we take 2 weeks off, and Arne Slot gets paid £300,000 in those 2 weeks. He makes no changes, and then I lose to United at home. Now I've lost 2 consecutive games at Anfield. I've lost to United, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Crystal Palace 3 times, Chelsea, Brentford, Galatasaray. And the only thing I have to look at is, well, you know what? We went up 3-1 against Frankfurt in the first half, 2 of them off of corners, and then we dominated them in the second half. So to me, I'm just like, this isn't anything new. None of these players have provided any new problems. I don't see any novel issue at this club compared to last season, and I'm not seeing improvement. I'm seeing progressive regression. My current stance is what it is. But if he changes on a dime, which I find to be hard to believe, but if he does, I will be more than happy to say, you know what, Arne, you can stay. But at the same time, under my breath, I'm going to say, I was fucking right, though. I was right. He changed on a dime. I was right. But he has to do it. So, but also, I don't hold any malice towards anyone who's slot in. Like, it doesn't bother me. If people want to get behind the manager, that's your purview. Like, I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I'm not going to slight you for it. I just want each side to have articulable reasons as to why they feel the way they do. Not just, he won us the Prem last year, so let's all just take a chill pill. He's got the credit in the bank. I'm like, okay, I didn't realize it only took me 12 months to get credit. You should tell that to all the credit card companies in America. They should up my limit. So yeah, simple.
Open floor, guys. Feel free to speak whenever you want.
No, but because
we've heard one from each side, you know.
Yeah. I know. I get the point. I'll intercept. So I was speaking to Mike earlier, and I was speaking to him the other week, and we actually agreed on a lot more on what we've been seeing. The difference is, so I think people fixate way too much on the since January thing. I've looked at the fixtures since January. I don't think, and I revise a lot of those games. I'm like, you know what? I do remember that game, and I'm thinking, that weren't that bad. Yeah, we had a couple of stinky performances, the PSG home game and stuff like that. We were great in the away game. And I looked at a few other fixtures and I was like, these results just aren't correlating with what people are saying about this terrible, terrible form since January. And then I've revised it again, and I've looked at the start of this season, and I was reassessing what people were saying after the games. And again, it was just what it is now. We're not meeting the expectation that and this is the summary of what I'm seeing from the masses online. Even Mike included, but Mike just explains it and articulates it better than most. Is that our expectations are far above what we're seeing at this moment, and that is absolutely spot on the dot. I did not think we were going to be this crap this soon. I didn't think we were going to have this many teething issues in the transition of play. But I do think there's a transition of play undergoing. I do think there's a lot of individual mistakes that happen within the system. Don't you worry, Mike. I am landing, sir. You can intercept in a second. I am just saying that this manager has proven, if you want to go with the hypotheses that he was crap from January onwards, then this argument won't suit you. But for me, I thought he was solid as a grape. A grape isn't that solid. He was as solid as a brick wall from from August when he was appointed, or when the season started, all the way till March. From there,
question.
No, I'm not letting you intercept and ask you a question.
Go ahead, land.
From March to May, I am cooking. I am a chef right now, Michael. Don't you think you can cook every week and I can't? Go on. March to May, it was a stinker. And again, I'll give external reasons for that I don't think correlate to this season. And then we go into this season. The style of play has been a stinker. But do I think the experience, there's something in this about the experience of the team and the youth of the team playing crap together? Because this means this is a tactical transition the players are struggling to have. And I just have a little bit of faith, a Paquito bit of faith, that I think we can get on the other side of it. Because I see the vision. Because we've had good examples of it. Atletico Madrid, that was a good example. Arsenal in the second half, that was a sound example of it. And listen, the manager has demonstrated far more green flags tactically from changing in games and whatever. We were lauding this man last season for changing in games and whatever have you. People are only now complaining, if he has to change in the game, then he must be crap overall. It's like, no, when he needed to change, he did, and it adjusted very, very well, because the Premier League's one of the hardest leagues in the world. Your style of play is going to get caught out eventually. You need a manager who's flexible, and I just think he's trying to get ahead of time, trying to change the system. Ask your questions, sir.
2 questions.
Two questions now. Oh, you're
back to
greedy.
back.
You
Big
are
question.
greedy.
Why do we have
Very-
100
well,
people
hold
who are
on.
not even at 100 likes? Like the
Oh, yeah,
video.
you're right. You're
You
right.
better
Fine,
smash
fine.
those likes. You
Two questions, quick answers, and then
greedy.
and
Two
then Jerry,
questions is mad.
the floor is yours. But 2 questions, and I just want quick answers, and then Jerry, by all means. Question number 1: after you win the league and the stakes of your entire season are gone, and you have 5 games, wouldn't you find that to be the most optimal point in a season to completely try something new because there is no risk? Yes or no?
Can you ask that question one more time, please? In like more
After
layman's terms?
after you win the league and there are more games to go, wouldn't you find
So
this
we
to be
won the
most,
league and we had more
Yeah.
games to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you find that to be the most optimal time to try something new, given there are no risks to be had? You've won the league.
Yes, but it was hard because obviously we had a lot of players who were unfit. McAllister, for
Okay,
instance, we had
okay,
a bigger vision than just that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Number 2, who
Jake.
has lost? Number 2, okay, so we can find common ground on there. Number 2,
Yeah.
who has lost more games in the calendar year of 2025? Ruben Amorim or Arnie Slot?
Objectively, that is an Arnie Slot answer.
It is, yeah.
Arnie Slot has. It
That's
is
actually
correct.
Arne Slot. Where do you bring
Yes.
that?
Yes.
He has
It is,
one
it's
more loss.
15
Shout out
14.
K-Mac. Shout
Yeah.
out K-Mac.
K-Mac
15. Arnie Slot has lost 15 games in the calendar year.
Stats are a little bit iffy.
Ruben-
Did you
No, no,
K-Mac doesn't always get the stats
Can you
right,
can you
no?
can you tell me what our goal difference is in 2025?
It's a stinky goal difference. But
I can count it. I can count it on one hand.
I could have lauded Solskjaer the same way you're trying to do this, in the same way.
No, listen.
No, because Solskjaer would have been above Klopp in certain periods when Klopp dropped off. Do you know what I mean? It's just not. Again, I'm just saying from the fruits that we've seen of what Arne Slot has created, I'm fixating on those and saying he can get us out of this. Mikey can get you out of this as well. You know, this anger you feel week to week because of him, to be fair. So he's being a bit narcissistic and he is being a little bit of a gaslighter.
You know, he
But you know
doesn't.
what?
He doesn't help. He doesn't help.
No,
His
he
words
doesn't
don't
help. But he is going to be your solution. He's going to be your long-term healer. I promise. And
Well, I don't
I'm not
have a
gonna
choice here, James. You know, I don't have a choice. I don't work at FSG. I don't push the
That's
buttons.
right. That's right. And you know what as well? Are we all happy with FSG? Yeah. And then Jerry goes because Jerry needs to speak. I can see.
Yeah,
it.
Jerry's got.
You know what? You know what? I don't need to speak. I don't
All
need
right.
to speak.
Well,
I don't
Jerry,
need
I'll
to-
speak. Jerry, I'll speak.
Yeah.
I can speak for days. I love the sound of my own voice. I'll speak forever. Right. So, what was the point I was going to make? Can someone refresh?
FSG.
Come on,
FSG.
FSG.
Are we happy with FSG?
Yeah, we are all. Why should we be upset at FSG? Fuck
Never
them.
said anyone should be, but we're all
Yeah,
buzzing
no,
with
I'm
FSG.
completely happy with everything that they've done in the summer.
Husam, this isn't even towards you, my broski. We're on the same side. We're on the good side of history, right? So this
Wow.
goes to. Oh, yeah. We're going there. We're making
We are
this
on the
start.
good side of
rift-
history when both
The
of us
rift
were
has been
everything
created.
else.
The rift has been created. We're on 2 separate ships.
Yes, exactly. The rift is very much in motion. So I was going to say the very people that we're all on board with at this moment are the very people who haven't sacked Arne Slot as soon as the likes of Mick, the likes of Cal, you know, I don't want to name them, Jerry, everyone who was Arne Slot out on the evil side of history, by the way, let me clarify. This means that you disagree with the ownership in their current decision making by keeping him. Is this an accurate assessment from myself?
Yes.
Yo! So you have doubted Michael Edwards and Hughes in their entirety and their ball knowledge.
100%. 100,000%.
Wow.
Yes. Like indefinite.
Wow.
Bro, I
You know what
have.
Cal
But
said
here's
to
the
me
thing.
earlier. Cal said to me earlier, "Oh, do you know if we sack Arne Slot? Do you know what? Let me do it in his accent. If we sack Arne Slot, we're gonna go and get Areola. Areola?
But bro, you're missing so much context. Like, you can't just boil it down to FSG did me good yesterday, they must do me good today. Like, that's just not the way I think. If you make me $1 million yesterday,
It's apparently very crucial in your worldview. It's apparently
listen,
very crucial in your worldview that Arne
this
Slot's
is
a
the
big
metaphor I'm
problem
going
right
to
now.
give you. This is the metaphor I'm going to give you. If you made me $1 million yesterday, but you lose me $2 million today, should I sit here and thank you for making me $1 million? No,
Okay,
I
then-
shouldn't, because the
Would you
time
let
is
that
now.
person go?
The
Would you
time
let
is
that person
now.
go? Would you let that person go?
If someone lost, I mean, listen, trying to contextualize that to 12 games of football. If someone lost me that amount of money, I don't care how much you made me before. If you've lost me twice as much as you've made me, yes, I'm letting you go. Like, everything is about results at the end of the day, even though I'm not even focused on the results. I don't even care about being 7 points behind the league. I don't care. I just know that I don't see sustainability. Even if we won these games, I would be sitting here fuming. I was fuming after a win. Husam, we had a 1 hour argument on this show because I was being too negative after Southampton. And then 48 hours later, Crystal Palace slap us in the face. And all of a sudden, everyone's like, where'd this come from? What happened? What's going on? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not just about the results. It's not just about the league. I mean, we could have different conversations about Arsenal. This team has given up one open play goal in the Premier League. I don't count Voltemod's goal as a non-set piece. It was right after a corner. And Erling Haaland doesn't fucking count. Erling Haaland can score against everyone. Szoboszlai was a 35-yard free kick. It doesn't matter if they can't score goals because they don't give up any.
I agree.
And again, it's only 9 games into the season. It isn't even about the points tally. Like, even if we were playing phenomenally and we were 7 points behind, I wouldn't be like this because I'd say, I've come back from worse. Jurgen Klopp came back from what, 15 points and made it a 1 point final day thing. Mm-hmm. So, it's not about the points. It's about the fact that even if we were winning these games, I'm like, how am I supposed to be confident going into any game at this point? That's all. I mean, it's just, for me, it's performance based. It is like, I know a lot of people are results analysis, but I don't want it to feel like a chore watching this team. And right now, I could show you the physical evidence with my Fitbit that shows you that I feel nothing. It's a flat line. It's a flat line. My heart rate.
I have an answer to your question.
My heart rate's usually
I just went
down.
and checked the
Crystal
stats.
Palace, it was a flat line.
I just went to check the stats. I told you guys about K-Max statistics.
How many teams lost more?
United, all comps since January, 15 losses. Liverpool, 14 losses. Hold on.
Okay. Well, guess what? It's only one game is saving you. He's only one game better than Ruben. He's only one game better than Ruben.
I'm not gonna lie. You see K-Max stats right now. They need to be barred of this.
Yeah, he just did. I'm never calling K-Mac again.
K-Mac, you are a fraud, bro.
K-Mac's a gaslighter.
Shout out K-Mac.
It's still terrible, though. That's still terrible. We have one less loss than Ruben fucking Amorim.
Yeah,
that's terrible. It's terrible, but you started off saying that it was worse. Yeah. Now the chat are looking at it and they're like,
listen, the chat can do whatever. All right. I shouldn't have quoted K-Mac.
In all comps, we have 14 losses since January. Exactly.
Do you know what else?
That's horrendous.
Do you know what else? Right. So
speaking of performances, just quickly, I know I said that this Saturday for me is Judgment Day. If we perform really, really well but lose 1-0, I'm not going to turn on because I'm looking more at performance than result at this moment in time. Results are very important. We have to pick up results 100%. However, I want to see performance that gives me belief that I'm going to get results consistently.
But if we perform really well, we will win. Go ahead, Jerry, go ahead.
No, but I'll give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. Mamardashvili saves a penalty. Aston Villa get 8 big chances, miss them all, and we score a goal from a corner. We win 1-0. I'm sorry, I'm not doing any slot prop for that. You get me? But like, if we concede only 1 big chance the whole game, Villa score it, they're clinical, but we're peppering Villa's net and we're playing really good football, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. Now we're waking up. So that's what I think.
Cool. All right, cool. We win the game, great performance. Well, we lose the game, but it's a good performance. Next game we lose and it's the same as it's been. What do you do then?
Next game is Real Madrid. I think
because ultimately that's what it was. I got excited with Frankfurt. I was like, oh look, the manager's got cojones. He dropped the players that need to be dropped. Right? He made the difficult decisions, but it turned out to be easy decisions because it's easy to drop someone at the Champions League nowadays because you can afford to lose 5 games or 10 games or whatever it is and still win the Champions League like PSG did. It's easy to drop Gravenberch because he's injured, so you can play Jones and Szoboszlai. What happens when they're fit though?
Jones isn't going to play this weekend.
No, of course he's not going to. But this is what happens when he's fit. We saw what happened, right? We know Gravenberch's going to come straight back into it. We know right now he's going to play the same players. We know Ekitike is going to start on the bench and he's still going to play Isak. If Isak didn't get injured, would Ekitike have started the game? Obviously, we don't know that, right? But ultimately, this manager, right, in almost 2 seasons, a season and a half at the club, has failed to instill his ideas and his philosophy upon the team. Because for me, it's not even about... No, I believe so. And I'll explain why. For me, what he did last season is he made small adjustments to a team that up until, February, March, when challenging on all fronts, right? And fell away and ultimately finished obviously 3rd, right? Disappointing season. We ended up with the Carabao Cup. But look, hey, it is what it is. Farewell, Jurgen Klopp. He comes in, right? And there's no real pressure on him. Of course, there's pressure to step into Jurgen Klopp's shoes. That's always going to be big pressure. But no one expected him to win the league. No one expected him to win the Champions League. He didn't have his players. He went to get Zubimendi, didn't get him. He only signed Chiesa. So you're already going into that season as an underdog, right? The team was stable, and what he was able to go and do, along with the drop off of City, along with the drop off of Arsenal not really capitalising. It should have been their year. He was able to go and build on an excellent start to the season, where we conceded four goals in the first 18 games or whatever it was. Right? It was immense. It was immense what had happened. We saw small adjustments to certain players. We saw Gravenberch have an amazing season. We had obviously Salah have an amazing season, world-breaking season. But ultimately, Liverpool still played the Liverpool way. In certain games, we went and adjusted. In certain games, half-time came along. We call it slot 45 over here, right? Slot 45, he comes in, he makes the changes. But ultimately, throughout that process, right, he did not instill his beliefs in his identity. The reason why I say that is when all else was going poorly, right, when results are going badly, you'd be able to go and look at a team and be like, I know what they're trying to do. I understand what they're trying to do. I know how they're trying to build up from the back. I understand how they're trying to go and create chances. With this Liverpool team right now, and a lot of the chat will agree, I couldn't go and tell you what they're trying to do. I don't know whether they're trying to sit on a low block. I don't know whether they're trying to press aggressively. I don't know whether they're trying to play out from the back. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes Virgil van Dijk takes ages on the ball. My favourite player, I'm not even criticising him, but he's patient. You've got Salah that wants to go 100 miles an hour.
I actually do know exactly what they're going to do, but I think they're doing everything wrong right now.
Husam,
everything is wrong. I know what he's trying to... No, because this is... I'll be honest with you. This is an important thing. I get what Slot is trying to accomplish, but it's wrong. Because the players that we have are incapable. You want to know what Slot wants to do?
Yeah.
Slot wants to do some Barcelona 2015 shit, which we are incapable of doing by definition with these players.
He wants
It's
to build up with four
like,
players.
No, but it doesn't. But you're saying he wants to do Barcelona out of this, but the team is not set up for possession. So to Mike's point, right, when you went and had that and you were doing Barcelona 2015, right, and this is what Mike speaks about all the time, who was in the middle and who just stayed in the pivot and was an option to every player at any moment in time?
Sergio Busquets.
Right?
Yep,
Instead, what Liverpool decide to go and do is Gravenberch is making runs into the box to go and score worldies, right?
But I don't slight him for that.
No one in the DM.
I don't slight him for that.
No one in the DM, right? We're passing it round the back. So a couple of players are passing it really slow and keeping the possession. Our DM's not in position. One of our players decides to go and pump it long. And what happens is our midfield goes to support the play, right? We lose the second ball or lose the first ball, and then we get hit on the counter. Or Salah gets it or Gakpo gets it. They decide to go and cut in. Judgment, big up. We decide to go and cut in, right? We lose the ball because we don't want to keep possession because Salah and Gakpo are very, very direct, right? So they can't, whether it's not within them, but they can't listen to instructions, which I think would be instructions, which is you need to keep the ball. You cannot be direct at every given opportunity. You're going to have to take a leaf out of Grealish's book and Saka's book, where they get the ball, they take 5,000 touches this way, draw two players to them, shift inside and play the midfielder, right? We don't want to go and do that, and ultimately it fails, right? But what I'm looking for is throughout this whole period, throughout these losses, when Jurgen Klopp was losing games, right? And there were so many excuses as to why. We had injuries. We had no centre backs. We had no midfielders at one point.
Why did we have
injury? It's for me. They're not. That's not an excuse. Jurgen Klopp's injuries were severe, where we had no centre backs and we were playing.
That
there was also plenty of little injuries, though.
We can't compare.
There are injuries, but we've heard injuries before, and I'm going to be honest. I didn't.
Dropping injuries after Slot came in. I'm not trying to discredit you.
No. There's been a drop.
There was, but you also have to look at the context of how the injuries happened. Under Jurgen Klopp, most of the injuries happened in training. Under Arne Slot, every injury happened because of a contact play in a game. Jota got hurt from contact in a game. Konate got hurt from contact in a game.
Contact in injuries as well.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that I never saw Ibrahima Konate pulls his hammy in training. He's out for 3 weeks. I just didn't see that under Arne Slot. I didn't see anyone getting hurt for an extended period in training. It all came from and the thing is, I'm never going to slight someone from but that's what you want. Like I would rather. I don't want you to hurt guys off the pitch. If they're going to get hurt, which is natural, it happens. Like Giovanni Leone, Like, maybe if his ankle falls, or like maybe if his cleat doesn't catch the turf, it turns out a different way. These things happen. I'm not going to slight a player from getting hurt on the pitch. I'm going to slight a manager if my players are consistently getting hurt on the training ground. Something's wrong there. That's the only difference, in my opinion, between Arne Slot's fitness management and Jurgen Klopp's fitness management. And I can tell from the training videos, it's not as intense.
Exactly, but to that point, right? To that point, I go and look at your Arne Slot, and this is even from last season, right? I used to sit there and be like, if I could go, and for me, again, doing my badges and stuff, right? There's kind of three things, and I've said this already. There's three things that make a top manager, right? And it's instilling your ideology, right, and your philosophy into a team, right? So it doesn't have to be necessarily philosophy, but there's got to be a belief system that all the players buy into, right? So even if we're going to sit back into a low block, the only way that works is if you get every single player on the pitch to buy into that system for it to go and work. You can't have 7 players that buy into it and the rest of the players don't. You can't have 5 that buy into it and 6 that don't. It needs to be, everyone needs to buy into this system for it to work, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is your man management, and the third is obviously the success, right? That's what kind of keeps you in the job. The success, obviously, Arne Slot's done. He's won the league, right? First season, right? But what I've seen with regards to man management, right? Knowing what with certain players, what the man management's been like, speaking to them about it, right? And then with regards to the style of play and the belief, that is the biggest problem, because when I'm looking at the team and Slot tells us that, my style of play is similar to Jurgen Klopp's, but the team isn't pressing the same way it did, that is a problem, right? When you are now trying to go and pass and to Mike's point, he wants to do 2015 Barca or whatever you want to call it. Well, we're not passing the ball as well, right? So you've got some players that are not passing the ball as well. You've got some players that aren't pressing as well, and they're not even working as hard. And I'm looking at it, and even throughout Jurgen Klopp's tenure, when things were going mad, you could look at that team and be like, that's a Jurgen Klopp team. Things might be going wrong. To James's point, right? There's been loads of individual mistakes. I'm not even speaking about the individual mistakes. There's been loads of times I've spoken about Salah. I think he's been crap. I think Konate for a big part of the scene was crap. I think Gakpo's been crap. I think Kirkes is diabolical. There's so many players that can go in this. I think McAllister shouldn't even be, on the squad at this moment in time for how bad he's been, in my opinion. But ultimately, I look at the team, and no matter who plays, right, I do not go and see a consistent. That's what Liverpool are trying to achieve. And when the manager doesn't know that, and the manager's not convinced with it because he keeps changing the players, because he keeps changing and just rotating and changing his ideas, and he went to 3 at the back the other day, he went 4-4-2 the other day and it worked, but then went back to the 4-2-3-1 against Brentford, it suggests to me that he doesn't believe in his ideology. And if he doesn't believe in it, right, how do the players do? The last thing I'll go and say on that, in the press conference today, and I haven't got the transcript, but End read it out to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked him a question about, are you going to go and change, maybe go a bit more defensive? Yeah. Because, we conceded a lot of goals. I think it was 15 goals conceded, right? Whatever. Will you go and, maybe adopt a more pragmatic approach, be a bit more solid, and then build the base from there? He said that's not his philosophy. He went and pointed out, arguably, and this is what a lot of Liverpool fans use as the barometer for his performances, he spoke about the City game and said, the City game, that's when I went away from my philosophy. That's when I went away from my beliefs and my ideologies, which suggests to me that, even amongst Liverpool fans, I used that as last season as, oh my God, what a performance from Slot. Slot proved that, wow, you can go and make changes.
But he didn't want to do it.
But he didn't want to do it in the first place. He done it because he had to. So now I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, so the performances that I look at and I'm like, oh, they were really, really good performances. You didn't really like them because that wasn't your belief. You went away from your belief of how football should be played. This is your belief. Because every time, Carragher criticised him about it, first game of the season, he tried to go and, do you know what I mean? Kind of, do you know what I mean? Throw strops and try to be a bit cheeky with his responses with regards to that.
You can throw strops.
But but he disagreed. But he done it in a way of like, come on, that's not Liverpool. The next game after that, in CBS, he done the same thing.
But you can't fixate on the very little stuff like that.
No, I'm not fixating, but I'm using it as a point. Right? He's been asked about this consistently. And he's spoken about, he hasn't once gone and said that we've been poor, we need to improve. He's spoken about Small things that, well, if long balls, if we can't, the long ball's been a problem, teams set up differently against us. Well, of course they're going to set up differently against you. Of course they are. You're Liverpool. You just won the league. Why would they not sit in a low block? Yeah. Like, you knew this, and he actually spoke about this and said, by January, teams started to do this against us, and we knew this is a problem. This is why we signed this player, that player, that player, that player, to go and combat that. So to me, you've been given the resources to combat the issue that you saw start in January, because again, to James's point, yeah, I didn't really like the performances, but you're winning. So then you start talking about the mentality of champions, and you start speaking about Slot's ability to go and change in game. Cool, but I didn't really like the way we were starting a lot of games. You knew there was an issue. You addressed it in the signings. Now it's what can you do on the training pitch? And for me, to James's point, and lastly, the standards are up here. The standards are up here, and rightfully so. Like, with great power, look, Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Yes, unfortunately, you achieved. I am going to hold you to that standard. I'm not going to now drop off and allow. Like, that's not how elite mentality works. That is the standard you've set. If we went and signed Ekitike and Ekitike scored 40 goals this season, I'm not going to be okay with him scoring 5 the next season. Of course not. You've set a standard. That's the level you can reach. You need to reach it again. And guess what? He's got even more resources at his disposal. And yes, the whole point of being a manager is to go and make it work. No one said it's easy. It's not easy to go and make, all these new signings work. But the best managers do it. It's easy to go and just... You see it with managers when they go to low teams. You know what I mean?
No, I do completely get what you're saying. And there's a lot of points to what he's saying. I just think a lot of people aren't looking at the impact that has when you do take away the coaching side, the vision of it, the players that were brought in specifically for the system. I know a lot of people, like Jerry just there said, he can't see what the manager's trying to do. I feel differently. I feel like there is a direction where the manager's trying to go. And I also think the players that we brought in were specifically tailor-made for that system. And I think long-term it can work with tweaks that are absolutely necessary, because it's the tweaks and the individual errors that I think are the reasons why we're losing such fine margin games. I think the reason why we're having such good XG in comparison to the conversion rate is because our XG isn't too far dissimilar from last season, but the goals have decreased, and I do think there's other reasons for that, and that is individual players. I do think it's about the tweaks in the system. Certain players are struggling to adjust to it, but I also think the detriment that you have when you sack a manager, that these players joined, a lot of them, because of him. And I feel like, yeah, Jerry, you're not wrong. In the short term, you can lose a little bit of sight in what a manager's trying to do. The greatest of the greats have had these spells, these periods. Last season, Pep Guardiola did. Even when Pep was in his top days, people were saying he was changing too much in this. And I get Pep Guardiola, his credit in the bank, it far outweighs the level of Arne Slot. However, the credit in the bank is that he was 1-1 in his first season. And also what I haven't seen Arne Slot get the chance to do is overturn league bad form medium term, because I know we have different views of when the bad form started. My bad form really
You're saying March.
So I'm saying March, but I'm putting them in two different categories. March to May is different to me to the start of this season, for instance, because I feel the reasons why we were bad were different. But it's still on the manager, Jerry. Do you know what I mean? Like,
So quick one, just to ask James, I want to know what are the 3 points?
Have the motivation to go out there and play and everything like.
But you see, this is what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. That there, when you said we've just won the league, what's the motivation? That's where the top managers were able to go and get, like they have done historically. You go and look at Pep Guardiola. What was the next target? We get Centurions. You can't rest on your laurels because you've won the league. But other than that, we've seen with Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, it went to the wire, but we saw even when we were out of the title, we always finished the season strong. Right? There was always something. You have to go and set a new target. It's not like you win the target and then you kind of drop off. And for me, the biggest kind of red flag for me was when the team went on holiday during the season. That for me was a bit of like a whoa. Like I've been involved. That's a no-go. You go and not only do you show respect to just the competition in general, but you kind of go and you finish it off and show people like, yeah, we're dominant. Liverpool kind of slacked off, and at the time people were like, yeah, but we've won the league, and part of me just went, okay, yeah, they won the league, but something in my mind was telling me mentality, because you're gonna have to go again. You're going to have to go again. And this is fresh. This isn't a team that's been together for a long time. This is a new manager who's trying to implement his new ideas, I thought at the time. But anyway, this question I've got for James though. What are the three kind of things that you see that make you think, you know what, Slot, I can see the direction he's going in? Because I'm struggling to see it. So I'd like someone to seize it to tell me, oh yeah, these are the three things.
So I've watched football too long. I've seen great managers, elite managers get so many things wrong on a week-to-week basis. I saw Jurgen Klopp in many spells at Liverpool, not concurrently throughout this time at Liverpool, get things wrong on a week-to-week basis while things were a little bit up in air, whether that was because of injuries, whether it was because we made a couple of changes in the summer and we had to make those changes adjust. I've seen that a lot around Thiago and a lot of people complaining about the way he struggled there. So I wouldn't have judged Jurgen Klopp in that bad spell of form. I wouldn't have judged Jurgen Klopp in the 6 games we lost at home. That despite their injuries, we should have never lost 6 games at home. But I wouldn't have looked at that and I would have never gone, do you know what? He needs to get out the door, mate. Because some people were saying that at the time. And the reason for that is because of the green flags that the manager has demonstrated. Not just the green flags that I have seen, but the green flags that the data supports. So the data supports that Arne Slot is successful with a team over the course of 2-3 years. Arne Slot has demonstrated that with less resources, he can do more. Though he's not showing that right now with more resources, as you've mentioned, it doesn't then automatically cut you off to being a great manager long term. He's a manager who's young. He's a manager who's adapting. He's a manager who's being able to convince his ideas to what I deem to be 2 very intelligent board of directors in Michael Hughes and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. So for those reasons, and with the players that we brought in, the profiles, and again, I know me and you see differently, but I see how these players can integrate into the system long term with the right tweaks and with the right cohesion. I would have liked that to come sooner, but it just but like I said last season, Pep Guardiola, he lost 6 and 7. I think he won 1 and 13 or 14. And despite him having the credit in the bank, Jerry, if I was to show you a clip of that season at Manchester City, you'd go, what's this manager trying to do? There's no idea, there's no philosophy, there's no vision. It's not suiting, it's not adapting. All of these things would have been said about Pep Guardiola in his performances. However, you stick with managers like that because they've shown the class, and I just feel like Arne Slot has shown.
James, I don't think Pep Guardiola was in a danger place. I think it was just in transition. He had to obviously get rid of a lot of players to bring in new ones. You know what I mean? So he was always going to go through things like that.
What's this? Sorry,
you look at Pep Guardiola. You're talking about Pep Guardiola last season, right?
We've had a lot of players coming in and out as well. We're trying to transition into a style of play as well.
The players were aging. They weren't performing to the levels they're supposed to perform to anymore, innit? So it was always going to be a season like that for him anyway. So it's just a transition season.
But not 1 in 13.
And also the other thing with Pep is,
I don't think 1 in 13. No, my mate. I'll be honest. I don't think 1 in 13. I don't know if I've cut out. Have I cut out?
No.
I think I've cut out.
The thing is with this Pep thing is, I actually said this early on. I'm like, look, I think Pep, Klopp, Ferguson, like player managers who have built it from the ground. And James knows this because I was never Klopp out. Never. Like there were people who were Klopp out. I was never Klopp out. I never uttered those words because Klopp built us from the ground up. So for me, it's not just credit in the bank. He's like the bank itself, bro. Like he built this whole thing. I always tell people, even in the summer, I was fighting people in the chat will tell you, I was fighting people who were like doing Klopp revisionism. I was like, guys, the reason why we are able to spend 400 million to begin with is because Klopp built this shit. Like Klopp built this from the ground up, bro. Like Klopp, the Moes, the Manes, the Van Dijks, the Fabinhos, you get me? That first, Alisson, those first bunch of players, they got us to the stage where we can even spend 400 million to begin with. So I'm not going to say anything negative about Klopp at all. So I think it's different. Now, the difference is, and I'll explain this, even as someone who doesn't want Slot sacked, I want Slot to just fix this. Exactly. My issue is, look, if the mistakes are repetitive and they're tactical, clearly, as we can see on the football pitch, and I've always said this, look, I think it's a feeling. Like the whole Slot situation for me is the following, and this is why I have never lambasted anyone who's Slot out or anything. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. At the end of the day, if you're Slot out, fair's your opinion. Slot in, fair's your opinion. The reason why I say it's a feeling is, look, if I feel like Arne Slot cannot take Liverpool forward anymore, that's the moment where I will be Slot out. Now, let's look at it from a club perspective. Right, and this is the important thing as well. By the way, guys, we have almost 1,000 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes yet. Please close the live chat, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and continue to enjoy the show. And don't forget to please go subscribe to Mike Das, go subscribe to Jerry James Show, go subscribe to Fozzie's channel as well, LFC Red Forever channel. It's in the description. Subscribe to James in case he has a comeback. So subscribe to all my brothers on the panel and hit the like button on the stream as well and subscribe. Now, when it comes to like this whole feeling thing, right? And when it comes to this whole like tactics, I'll be honest with you, Jerry, I am clinging on to a lot of what I saw from last season. Like that's like, is it? Am I looking at the past? You damn right I am. 100%. That's one of the reasons why. Because I'm like, okay, this guy played Luis Diaz false nine against Leverkusen, and after the game, he told us why, but to combat the whole Leverkusen defense. Against Man United, he gave a whole tactical breakdown on television of why we slapped Manchester United. I can even give you an example from like the second half of the season, which is the Manchester City example. We went away to Man City. He played a box midfield, and we absolutely like.
But that's the point. But that's the point, Husam. Is that
all of this?
No,
go ahead, Jerry.
No, but that's the point. The City game, and I believe it was the Leverkusen game. Don't hold me to it, right? But I know it's 100% the City game because I didn't. It was.
I think the other one was. If you're talking about the interview, I think the other one was Real Madrid.
Yeah, so Real Madrid, right? One of the
Real Madrid,
so two performances.
Finally beat them at
yes,
home.
but he spoke about in those games he moved away from what he wanted to do. That's
not in Real Madrid. Never. Not in Real Madrid. He never.
No, that's what he said. That's what he said. I can only go on what. No, but I can only go based on what he said. That's the point. I can't.
I'm saying he never said that against Real Madrid.
No, that's what Mike said. Oh, sorry, that's what Mike said.
I thought the quote was about Man City and Real Madrid. Maybe it was Man City and a different team. My bad.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it was Leverkusen. But anyway, those games. That's the worry for me because I looked at those and said, oh look, I'm not seeing him implementing his ideas into the team. I'm not really seeing it. We're still playing with a false nine. Yes, Diaz played in the false nine, but we're still playing with a false nine. We're still getting Salah to go and kind of do what Salah did. We're playing through Salah, although Salah's having an outrageous season. We're playing Gravenberch in the DM, and he's sitting a bit deeper than he has done, but he's doing it fantastically well, right? In terms of covering ground, outstanding season. Trent, small little tweaks, 100%. But I look at it, and there was outstanding performances from players. Like individual performances where Salah had a record-breaking season. Gravenberch was insane. Virgil van Dijk was insane. But what happens when they're not insane? What happens when they're not there? I still want to go and be able to go and be like, look, that's why you're a good manager. Because there was certain... I remember under Jurgen Klopp even, where Salah was out of form, or this player wasn't there, and Shaqiri had to play, and Liverpool still went and played the Liverpool way at the time, right? But I look at it with Slot, and I just don't see it. And to Husam's point, that's why I'm just like, it's not that I want Slot to go. It's not like yes, I'm happy he's going because he won the Premier League last year. But I do not go and see what he can do to go and make this change because unless he goes and changes his ideas, which he said to me that he's not going to go and do, I don't see it. Because I look at the team that we've got, right? And when we were signing these players, I remember speaking to someone, I was like, it's like he's trying to play three at the back. It's like he's trying to play three at the back. Because it looks like he's gotten two fullbacks that want to be up and down. He's bought two strikers and a number 10. Mm-hmm. That to me looks like you want to play a three at the back or a diamond. You haven't done that. Instead, we're still playing the same way. We're still trying to, isolate Salah and leave him 1v1, but he's not going and doing it. He's not able to do it. You're not dropping him to be like, you know what, this is my system, but you're not performing well in it, so we're going to drop you. So I don't. What is his idea? Is he sacrificing? Is Salah playing bad because of Slot? Is Salah playing bad just because he's bad? Like I can't tell you that. So when I look at it now, I'm like, well, yeah. When do I cut the cord? Is it in a game's time? Is it 2 games? Is it 4 games? Is it 6? How long do you leave it until you're like, no, this is untenable? And I just don't see any change. And that for me is the biggest worry. If I saw change, you know what, he's trying something different.
That's what
he's trying to run
for tomorrow. Change.
Okay, but
Husam, but it's got to be consistent. But it can't be to one. Yeah, that's sorry. Go on, man.
The problem. Okay, I can characterize my entire stance in one word: arrogance. That's simple. It's blatant arrogance. I have watched these games over and over. We analyze all of the different points of the game. Unlike Jerry, I feel like I do know what we're trying to do. The issue is I find it so difficult to believe that a Premier League manager would be arrogant enough to think that it worked. That's my issue. I believe that Arne Slot thinks that these players are superhuman. I think Arne Slot believes that these players are capable of beating a mid-block with just 4 guys, and 3 of them being center backs. We try to stretch the pitch in the opposite sense of stretching the pitch. We stretch the pitch by vacating our midfield, both in offense and defense. If you look at when the wingers finally get the ball in the attacking positions, and we actually are in an attacking moment, the rest of my team is huddled up in one area on the edge of the 18-yard box, all together, holding hands. My 10 is nowhere to be found. My 8s, sometimes they occupy the position of a 6, and other times they don't occupy the position of the 8. Everything to me just screams arrogance. And then when I look at the players and I watch them walk, and I watch the off-ball movement, and I watch the laziness, it's almost like they think we're the mighty Liverpool. The game will come to me. I don't need to make this opportunity for myself. I can walk myself into the proper position because we're better than you, right? Florian Wirtz, he's 115 million pounds. I shouldn't have to run to get open for a pass for him. I just see arrogance everywhere, and it's further solidified every week that he doesn't change.
Mike. It backfired. It
doesn't change. It keeps repeating, and all the repetitiveness just further enhances the arrogance. You think it's so smart that it's eventually going to work, but I'm saying that there are such fundamental basic concepts that you decide to ignore, like effort, off-ball movement, and actually playing with the midfield, that it just screams arrogant. And I guess that's why I'm so angry, and that's why I'm vehemently Arne Slot out, is because of the arrogance that I see. And then, of course, listen, pre-game, post-game pressers, I get it. I like to just pick apart the words because I like to argue, right? But at the end of the day, they don't help the situation. And then when you come out and you say that there is nothing wrong with your system, and every time someone tries to bring something up, you dress up a bunch of excuses by finishing it off saying it's not an excuse, but I just said it was an excuse. But remember, I said it's not an excuse, so it's not an excuse. It only further angers me. It's just, to me, it's just arrogance. And you have to change. I mean, if he changes on a dime, I'll get right back in his corner and I'll say, you know what? You proved me wrong. I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid Yank. I shouldn't talk about football. Go on Liverpool. But, unfortunately, you got to actually back that up with action. And, players are to blame. Like, I'm not 100% Arne Slot. I made it very clear. I'm like 70-30. I feel like poor performances from the players make up like 30% of what's going wrong at this club.
I'm actually bigger than 70-30. I'm 80-20. That's the funny part.
But I think that 70% of the issue is Arne Slot. Listen, bro. But I mean, listen, Florian Wirtz should be on at least 12 GA. I mean, he can't help the whole assists things, but he should have scored against Arsenal. He should have scored against Palace. Should have scored against Brentford.
Oh yeah.
He's had many opportunities that he should have buried chances for the money that I paid for him. Isak again should have scored against United. I didn't pay 150 million pounds for you to be Darwin Núñez 2.0. If you only get one chance in a game and it's a one-on-one, you bury that shit. But at the same time, I'm not going to ignore everything else that I see. I'm also not going to ignore the fact that the majority of the time, I feel like the players are so bad because they're being put in a position to be bad. Kirkes looks like shit because he's always asked to win a 2v1 to exit our zone. Bradley, all of a sudden, he didn't just wake up and become a shit footballer, guys. He's being asked to play a win back, but beat a 2v1 every time he exits the half. Ryan Gravenberch didn't just lose his form from last season. He's the only midfielder who decides to actually go and occupy the attacking positions of a midfielder because our 10 is diddling his whatever the fuck on the other side of the pitch. Or Soboslai is pointing back at our goal and saying, go that way. You're not supposed to go towards their goal. Go that way. And Virgil's saying, no, go back to Mamardashvili. Keep it back. Slow it down. Everyone calm down. McAllister's doing his best impression of being a senior citizen. Every time he gets on the ball, he just holds L1 and he just spin-a-roonies and then he kicks it back. Like, those aren't Slot's fault. But at the same time, like, it's just arrogance to me. It's just arrogance.
Let me just grab these supers before we move on, talk about the Villa game tomorrow, because we can all agree on one thing. We definitely need changes for tomorrow. I said, big up to all of you guys. Let's get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel as well. Love you all. And big up to everyone who supports us as well. And do make sure, guys, check out our sponsors and use code Husam for 8% off. OK Jersey. So big up to all of you guys. And it's... hopefully, inshallah, God willing, the month of November is a lot better for us Liverpool fans than the month of October, because October has been ass, and I am ready to throw it in the bin. Woke up, and Rodgers, I mean Ten Hag, I mean Slot is still the job. Hashtag press conference. Hashtag I seek release. Hashtag get me out of here. Hashtag dark. Hashtag had enough. Hashtag Slot out now. Red Lion Triangle has been completely like swayed, and he's one of the calm ones as well. So fairs, bro. 3 versus 2. Bring another enemy of LFC. Hashtag Slot out. Wow.
Hey, listen, we're doing our best impression of Liverpool FC.
You get me.
We prefer to be outnumbered.
Fairs. Inshallah, November is happy. It's complete nut November for us, hopefully. Big up to EMJP. Big up to you, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I apologize for the comments. Please accept it. It's sincere. Due to the frustration at people telling our manager to F off, I believe in the mantra, walk through the storm. I'm a critic. He won a league. Let him try and figure it out. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. I saw some of your comments earlier on before I started the stream, passionately defending Slot. Jerry, have you got a response to this? Because I know you're you looked at. Tell me your response to this.
To this comment.
Yeah.
Again, look, James summarized it really well. Some people think he can figure it out. I don't think he can figure it out. That's where the cookie crumbles.
That's
It's
the
not.
difference,
That's the difference. That's the difference. It's not. We all see the same thing, right? But for whatever reason, whether it's the poquito of faith that James spoke about, right, I just don't see him being able to figure it out. The reason why is because the pressure is starting to ramp up. He's going to have to make a tough decision, and whether it's with a new signing or one of the old guard, he's going to have to do it. But he hasn't done. And the longer this goes on, there comes a point where it's a business decision. It's like, well, you're losing too many games. We've seen Conte get sacked. We've seen Mourinho get sacked. And I'm not saying, Liverpool have done that historically, but we're with the big dogs now. We spent the money like the big dogs. So you're going to have, you're now in that echelon. We don't operate like other clubs anymore because of how we spend. And unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles. You can't spend that amount of money and not have the standards, in my opinion.
Hey, Husam, I've got to shoot my brother. I'm sorry. I've got work tomorrow, all right. But big up the boys, everyone.
Big up.
Big up, James.
Big up, chat. See you later, boys. Ta-ra.
Big up. See you. Big up. Slot said he don't give away a lot of chances to the opposition. 5 Man United, 7 Crystal Palace, 2 Chelsea, 7 Bees. Still won't admit his system is faulty. I mean, that's the part in the press conferences that irritated me the most.
No, but this is the point. But this is the point, Husam. How can you support this? How can anyone logically sit there, listen to that press conference and be like, yeah, I still believe in for him to turn it around when he's telling you we don't concede chances? Come on.
What was it, Husam? Get behind the lads.
You guys know how crazy it is for Husam to be the positive guy on YouTube. It's fucking unbelievable.
And the thing is, he's struggling because he knows after that watch along, right, to 11 o'clock, yeah. Sorry, 10 is 10, right? Our 10 o'clock hits. Everyone in the chat, watch Husam's face when he knows it's over. Because we know what's coming. Fozzy's been quiet because he feels it as well, but he just doesn't want. That's why he's been quiet the whole stream. He knows it.
Listen, I said this 2 streams ago. Exactly what you guys are saying. So I know the guy is struggling now, but I'm hoping he changes.
That's my point, and it's hope. And
but you get to hope. You get to hope. Like I don't know. I don't think anyone who is Arnie Slot out. Like there is no vindication between the fan bases.
Well, there is no
side.
Mike, the thing is when he says
the bend to me, the happy clapper, you know, I cooked happy clappers like a whole year on YouTube.
Hey,
how did you just
get behind the lads?
Me, bro? What is this?
Behind the lads. Come on, guys. Get behind the team tomorrow, guys. Guys, listen. If we go down 3-0, just sing "You'll Never Walk Alone." It's all good. It's all good. They know they're not alone.
Husam, you know that we're trying to help this guy, and then he comes out with press conferences like this, bro. He says he's never going to change. He's still going to do the same thing.
I watched the whole thing this morning.
I asked him a simple question: are you going to go to a defensive team so you could, transition to the front? He said, "No, I'm going to play it the same way again." Like this is not helping anybody, bro. He does this all the time. These press conferences are damaging. I don't want to look at it anymore. You know what I mean? So.
Listen, I feel like
it took me 45 minutes to break it down. I watched that thing on stream. It took me 45 minutes to break down 18 minutes of talk, and I had it on double playback speed with subtitles on.
I have stopped watching.
The thing is, even when James was talking, like James has a long-term plan. The way he was talking, like there's no long-term plan.
No, but do you know what it is? I'm gonna lie to you. I trust James in the hot seat more than Slot, because James knows more about what's going on than Slot, and that for me is everything I've got to say, because he's sitting there. No, like deep it, people, deep it, chat. He's sitting there, right, and Husam's sitting in his leather chair, in the faux leather chair, right, with the mic muted, watching Slot tell you Liverpool. He doesn't think Liverpool can see chances. He doesn't think that's a problem.
Jerry.
So if he
Jerry.
doesn't think that's a problem, right? So what is the problem? What he's telling you what the problem is. Teams are setting up against us in a low block,
Long balls.
and they're playing long ball. And what are we supposed to do with that? What? No, chat. What are we supposed? Chat, Mike,
Allah, I
Fuzzy,
don't know
what
to
are we
say.
supposed to do if a team goes long ball? What can we do? We might as well stop playing football.
Jerry, it isn't even that deep. It isn't even that deep. The man binned a competition after losing 4 league games at home. He told us to fuck off a trophy after losing 4. He told 65,000 people who paid hard-earned money to go to that field. He said, fuck you. I'm going to play the youth, and you're going to fucking like it. And when we go down 3-0, you're going to sing the songs. You're going to clap your hands. You're going to leave your seats, and you're going to shut up. And then tomorrow, when I go to my press conference, you're going to eat the words that I give you, and you're going to fucking like it because I'm the big man, Arnie Slot. I won this league, and you can't fucking talk to me.
And what did he say? What did he say? And Mike, and what did he say at the end of the game when you got asked about, well, you made these changes and the subs and all of that? He tried to lie to us and tell us.
Hey, listen, man, we play 2 games a week.
We've always used this.
We play 2 games a week
to play the kids.
What are we
And
going to
then
do?
he went and said, and then he alluded to the fact. And then he alluded to, and then
line up to that.
Exactly. And then he alluded to the fact. Listen, people, this is when it gets funny. He alluded to the fact and tried to say, oh, but look, our first team lost against Palace. So that,
bro, he threw them.
No. Come on. End it now. Just cut the cord. You guys, Husam knows it. He's Fozzie knows it.
I know it, but
you're saying one game.
Listen. Here is this whole.
1 minute, Michael. 1 minute.
Go on.
Let me show you the lineup of that game against Southampton. Since he says we play with this team all the time. Mamadashvili in goal. Robertson, Frimpong, Giovanni Leone, Kirkes, Gomez, Wataru Endo, Jones, Conor Bradley, Chiesa, and Trey Nayoni. How is that team?
And who came on to score the winner?
Yeah.
Who came on to score the winner? Our 100 million pound striker. Guys, this is the underlying fact here. I understand why someone doesn't want to be Arnie Slot out, right? Because at the end of the day, when you change managers, it brings a lot of uncertainty. And uncertainty is scary. You know, you're going out into uncharted waters. You don't know where you're going to go. I'm in the front seat of the car. You're in the back seat of the car. You can't see out the windshield. Arnie Slot's driving. I'm trying to tell you that he's driving us off a cliff, and you're sitting there saying, he's not that stupid. He would never do it. He would never.
He just drove an hour on the road. He'd never do it.
I'm the one with my eyes on the road.
4 hours.
That's it. That's it. That's the best way that I can put it. Like right now, I have a degree of certainty of what I'm going to get out of this manager. What I have with a new manager is uncertainty. If you want to win anything in life, you got to go into uncharted waters. It's got to be uncertain. And right now, I am certain for a fact that he will not change. And even if he somehow turns around our results, I've got a fucking behemoth in first place that I don't see moving anytime soon. So that's just the way I feel, you know, like whether you want to associate with that analogy or not, all I'm going to ask of anyone who is against me is please articulate in detail why you are against me. Because I can sit here for 4 hours and tell you why Arnie Slot should be out of this club. And I can show you examples, but I don't want to hear, you know, he won us the league, and I really hope he can beat that little Spanish asshole who eats paella and takes trips to fucking Dubai. I know he can. Because he's done it once, and he'll do it again because he's the mighty baldy Dutchman. I don't want to hear
that. Jerry James, you just know you can switch on Mike's channel tomorrow, and it's gonna be like, it's Saturday, Liverpool still sucks.
Hey, I already have the title. No. It's gonna be watch along. It's Saturday. Will we suck? And then after the game, I'll go back and I'll do edit yes or edit no. Simple.
Let me tell you, yeah. Watch this, yeah. Watch Mike's titles for the last. I'm just gonna read Mike's titles. This guy's fucking hilarious. Liverpool must defeat Jordan Henderson. Liverpool versus Brentford watch along. Okay, so after that, he had gone. We are going nowhere fast. Loser pool, lose again. Then here's why loser pool suck. Monday, it's Monday. Liverpool still suck. It's Tuesday. Liverpool still suck. Will we suck tomorrow? Watch along. It's Wednesday. Will Liverpool lose again? It's Thursday. The kids suck now too. It's Friday. Do we still suck? Yes. That's his fucking title, bro. He's just unbelievable, honestly. Subscribe to Mike Das, bro. This guy, and I always come in and he's fighting someone in the fucking chat.
Yeah, in the chat, yeah.
He's always
Listen,
fighting.
this is what I
someone.
do. This is what I do.
No, I'm not.
all
I'm
love.
just an
It's all
American.
love.
I'm just an
It's
American.
all
I
love.
don't
I'm
know
just a
nothing.
Yank.
I'm just
Listen, I'm just a
fighting.
Yank. No. Here's my fallback. Ready? I'll prove the old. Have you ever been to Anfield? Have you ever been there? Have you ever been to Anfield? Do you know what it smells like there? Have you ever sat under the lights and sung the songs? That's what I do. Because that's the only argument that you could ever give me.
Mike is getting my treatment from 2 years ago. Hey, welcome to YouTube.
Yeah.
Why are we being so damn reactionary when we can just chill and let all these signings gel together? It's not always going to click right away.
Yeah, this is. Listen, if you let me not,
Wait,
no.
you know, if you wanna wait.
Hey, if you want to cuss Ed, go for it. Go for it. No problem.
Ram, I can't. Ram, I'm not a linguistic expert. I have one accent. It's Paul McCartney. It's that simple. Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. That's my English. Sorry, I
you
was
ever
just
been to
addressing him because he said.
Now again,
No,
listen, we can wait for all this to gel, innit? Big up to Ed. If you want to wait the whole season to gel, that's fine. But I just think, right, 7 points, right? You can still rectify the season. And the thing is, right, if Liverpool were to go and make the difficult decision, the difficult decision I wanted Slot to make, right, by making a statement, by saying, this is the way I'm going to play, and no matter what happens, this is how we're playing, whether Isak's on the bench and you've got to stay on the bench, whether it's Wirtz, whether it's Salah, whatever it is, right, if they make the difficult decision, someone comes in and Liverpool end up second, but win the Champions League, right, you would all be sitting there and be happy.
Yeah, but
Like,
I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to be miserable the whole way through.
I'm not here to do manager FC or player FC. Obviously, if there's people think that he's the best man for the job based on what you're seeing, then just explain to me why. But I don't want to hear because he done it from last season, right?
Explain it,
Speak
Ed.
to me about now, because I don't care about what you did last year. It's about this year. The same way we're looking at it with McAllister and we don't want him to play games. I don't care what you did last year, because ultimately you're hurting us now. It doesn't mean it doesn't take away what you did. No one's going to sit there and be like, yeah, Arne Slot doesn't deserve it. We'll sit there in 20 years and be like, oh, yeah, Arne Slot, what a season that was. But that'll be it. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's in his hands. He'll choose whether to be like the next Ranieri or next whatever. You got me?
But this is the thing about sports. It's the only thing in life where people just neglect self-preservation, right? Like if you were in a relationship and it was 7 beautiful years, and then all of a sudden your wife just starts beating the shit out of you, are you going to say, "But I had 7 great years with you"? No, you're not. You're going to fucking leave her.
I always say to people, right, on the chat and stuff, I'm like, if
my wife
if
for a 90-minute winner, it's different, bro.
You see, but this is
Football is different than relationships.
But this is the point. If people had the dedication and the loyalty, right, to their partners, the way they do to certain managers and players, oh my God! Listen, marriage rates would be at a sky high. Divorce wouldn't exist, right? But people have this standard where they're sitting there and be like, "Give Slot time, give Slot time." Yet their missus goes and cooks them the wrong meal, and they're saying, "Nah, I need to go and get someone else." See, it's insane. It's
just an analogy, chat.
I've never
it's just an analogy,
all
chat.
the crazy women in the chat.
Oh my God, people think it's real.
What's the vision behind starting 2 left backs? I'll be honest with you, that is very simple. It's just because Leone's in. That's not that deep.
Stopgap.
Yeah, that's not that deep.
Yeah.
Therapy is in session, is what Shinobi's saying. I love the fact that these little mankrats have come out, these little Man United fans. All of a sudden, they have appeared. Speaking of mankrats, hi, Aslan. You hid from my channel for a year. All of a sudden, subhanallah, you have internet again. Subhanallah. A situation you may get at clubs with elite players that even a good but not a great manager can win a league with them occasionally. Example, Pellegrini. But here's the thing. I want to make something clear. I'm not denying this. Not to you, City fans. I know City fans watch me all the time. Talk about United fans because they've been hiding for a year. Now, here's the thing. I've never denied this. If Slot loses the next 3 games and goes on to get sacked, he will be remembered as a Mancini, as a Pellegrini, as a Ranieri. Actually, not as a Ranieri, because Ranieri did it with Leicester still, so we have to put him with higher regard. But he would be remembered in that, Pellegrini, Mancini, Ilk, play like Conte.
The only Dutch guy to win it. Big up.
Big up.
No, but I think, but honestly, but if Slot, I'm not gonna lie, if Slot ends up being like Mancini or Pellegrini, that's a hell of a good manager. Yeah, like when we think about it, it's the echelon below the top. Like, you're one of the managers that won the Premier League. So again, I'm not
James.
underestimating him, but he set the standards. You've bought. Listen, if I gave someone $500 million, right, $500 million to go and invest into something good, and you come back with nothing, right? I'm not
Worse than nothing. Worse than nothing. It progressively gets worse. Guys,
Yeah,
remember,
it starts the stock starts to decline. I go and call up the Wolf of Wall Street. What's going on with my $500 million? And you're telling me, no, trust it. That's what the guys at Wolf of Wall Street done, and they scammed everyone. They went and told them, yeah, invest. The investment the stock starts to drop. You're calling up saying, what's going on with my money? No, just trust it. It's gonna get better. Believe, hope. And then you end up with nothing.
Here is the stage.
Exactly
That's it.
what Jerry's been saying the whole stream. Deep down, we all know he's finished. Get the fuck out.
Yes.
Jerry,
Yeah.
We're at stage one.
Like,
Thank you.
down, you know it's over, bro. I don't know nothing. I'm trying to wait till tomorrow, inshallah. I don't know.
It's just stage one.
I don't have
It's
the
just-
answer.
To be fair. Oh, look, MP is getting upset. Oh, oh. Oh, you're gonna cry. I love this game.
Jerry loves being the villain, man.
I love it. And Megatron, listen, I wish I could. I want to see tears. The virtual tears aren't enough. I need to see real
Out of
tears.
curiosity, when were you slot out? After which game?
For me,
Yeah.
it was the Brentford game, because the Frankfurt game showed to me that he
so
had.
you were okay like before.
I was still willing. I was still like, okay.
Giving him a
And the
chance,
Frankfurt game,
yeah.
I was like, you made the change. I was like, you're playing Wirtz on the right, and it worked. And Frimpong was holding the width. And yes, he got injured, and Bradley didn't do as well. But look, we won the game, but it wasn't about winning the game. The structure was good. You kept everything the same. I was like, now you need to build on this. I was like, you need to make a statement and show that, yeah, you're willing to go there. And what you did, you just reverted back to type. You reverted back to type. And for me, that was like, for me, when I saw that, I was like, he can't be Liverpool manager, because that you have to. There's certain games where you have to go and be like, I'm making strong decisions at this point, and this is what we're running with, right? That was the game to go and do it, because I'm not saying we would have won the game, but what it would have showed me is that, you know what, you're trying to make a change. You saw something, it worked, and you're trying to run it back again. What you did is say, you just told me that game, you just made those changes because you had to. Because it was like we had injuries. It wasn't because you were a tactical genius, as Husam's been calling slot. So for me,
put Salah on the bench as well and things like that.
yeah, that whole pretending, like, and again, it's like now it's got to be a story. Show us. You kill that story by winning the game. That's how the way you go and do it. But he didn't do it. So
What kind of MacGruber logic is it to call someone a tactical genius who has to make a change every fucking game? How are you a genius if every game you have to make a 90-degree turn?
I said
You have to make a
season,
total
though. I said
180.
season.
You have to make a total 180 every game, but you're a genius because every game you recognize you have to do it. Hey, how about maybe a genius would realize, Einstein said if you do the same thing over and over again, you're a psycho. Maybe I shouldn't be a psycho, but no. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm just gonna change it again, and then everyone's gonna call me a genius. Sick. I didn't realize that.
Right,
That's
let me just finish these two so we can speak about Villa, please. Slot is not walking in the storm towards dawn. He's standing like an idiot, which is why people are losing faith in him. Listen, like I said, it's okay for you to be slot out. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I'm personally not there. Is it engaged today?
he'll be there tomorrow, guys. Just come back at 10 o'clock.
Hey, Red Lion. It's always banter between me and you. There's no animosity between me and him. There's none.
I'm disappointed, Husam. I trusted you to stop Arsenal. Habibi, listen, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't live in the UK. I don't hate Arsenal like that. I don't do this whole, oh my God, Arsenal fans are annoying. I don't give a fuck. I hate City more, to be honest with you. The only, I'm just saying, if somehow, some way it ends up being an Arsenal Man United title race, I'm singing North London forever.
I don't dislike Arsenal. I just hate TJ.
Bigger question. If it ends up being an Arsenal United title race, right? Are you slot out?
Anyway, guys, let's move on. Talk about the Villa game. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to all of you guys. And don't forget to check out OK Jersey. Use code Husam for 8% off. Big up to all of you guys. Appreciate you. We're closing in on 300 likes almost. So let's get there, Habibis. Yalla, run up the likes.
Ed is Big
Villa.
up, Ed. You are correct. Big up, Ed.
I am talk about Villa tomorrow because
I'm mentally ill.
Speaking of 6 and 7, Villa are 6 wins. So by Einstein's thoughts, you are a psycho, Mike, with your streams lately. Same thing every day.
That's why I say it's cathartic and therapeutic. I need somewhere to say the same thing so that I don't lose my head. Yes, I'm being a psycho. Yes, Ed, you are correct. I'm also shameless. Like, I don't care. It's what it is.
Sunday. Liverpool still suck. Anyway,
Yeah,
Fozzy,
it is what it is.
give me some positive energy. Are we going to win tomorrow? Talk to me about tomorrow's game. Let's preview it a little bit.
Listen, I want him to make some changes tomorrow. I want to have some identity on the pitch tomorrow. Can I see that happening? He's got no choice. So I am predicting we're going to win tomorrow by probably 2-1. And the lineup that I want is the one I've been calling out for a while. Play, players that can win the ball in the air, players that can, transition from defense to attack. Something that's different. That's what I'm hoping for. So Gravenberch is back in that middle. Hopefully, we'll have more, possession, more. Like we could look for players when we're going to a different direction of the pitch. So tomorrow, I'm hoping that we're gonna win by 2-1. Can I see it happening? Only if he, makes the changes. That's the only thing. If he goes back with the same team that he always does, the Kirk.
Yeah, Fozzy are operating on pure hopium at this point.
Yeah, ready?
No,
Hey,
no.
you want me to predict
I'm
the future right here, right now?
As long as, listen, if he goes back to Kirkes and Bradley, Konate, and all these guys in the middle, then I'll just say call it a day.
Fozzy?
Call it a day there. So hold on. Let's hold it there. So Husam's is at 10 o'clock. Fozzy's is at 7 o'clock.
I'm just looking for the
7
lineup.
o'clock,
I'm looking
Fozzy's
for the
out.
lineup.
Guys, no, chat.
That's
Hold on,
it.
Jen.
Listen,
The
7
lineup.
o'clock, Fozzy's out, yeah? This is...
I'm looking for the lineup.
Amazing. Thank you, Fozzy.
If
Fozzy's
it's-
slot
the
out
lineup
at
is not
7. 2 hours later, Husam's out at 10.
Hold on,
Husam,
Jerry. Hold on.
Why are you
Husam,
so certain we lose? What
Husam,
if we win? Then what? I'm
Husam,
gonna cook
I'm
you
not
if we
like
win.
that. I'm not like that, bro.
You can.
This guy is not helping himself, bro. I swear to you. When I
He
keep
isn't, I
listening to him, he just brings me down. You know what I mean? I go on streams now. The day goes by. You know what I mean? Like,
Fozzy,
ask me
Fozzy.
questions, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I can talk for hours if I wanted to. I can't even do that anymore. He's done me in. He damaged me, mate.
He's in the numb part of grief. He's
But
numb
Jerry,
now.
Jerry,
It's
hold
going to
on,
hit
hold
him
on.
at 7 o'clock.
Hold on.
Be there, man. Be there.
It isn't going to hit Fozzy at 7 because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to predict everything that's going to happen right now so that I can go back and just say I was right. We're going to win 2-1 tomorrow. But here's the problem. We're going to have more turmoil than ever after this game. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what the starting lineup is going to be. You know it's going to be it's going to be Kirkes. You know it's going to be Virgil. Ibrahima cannot. Wait, hold on. I have to say their actual names. Milos's shit will be at left back. Virgil van Dijk center back. Ibrahima cannot. Connor Garbage will be at right back. It'll be Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister's legs are gone, or it's going to be Ryan.
I feel sick. McAllister, who?
I'm telling you right now.
Jerry, he will play. We know it already.
We know also, chat. I'm just playing around. I don't actually think that Virgil sucks, but I guarantee you, I'm smelling a Verts drop. I'm just this is my bold prediction. I'm smelling a McAllister, Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo, Hugo Ekitike, Mohamed Salah, and then here's the kicker. At some point in this game, Szoboszlai is going to get subbed. Is going to move to right back when Connor Bradley gets subbed off to bring on an attacker, and we're still going to win this game. But it's going to be such a putrid performance and so predictable that it's going to polarize us even more. You're going to have guys saying, "Look, guys, Arnie Slot changed," and then you're going to have other guys saying, "What the fuck are you smoking? I just saw the same shit. The score's different." That's simple. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. Federico Chiesa for Connor Bradley, Szoboszlai at right back. We win the game.
Substitutes.
Matty Cash McGinn, and Watkins 3-0.
I just want to tell you one thing, Jared. I want you to.
Even though Calvin Ramsey should be starting at right back because right now he's the only actual fucking right back at this club.
Yeah, I was impressed with him, Mike.
I
was impressed with him, man.
I was impressed with him, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question.
They're gonna ruin him as well, anyway. So
since you're the doctor of the day, these are the 5 stages of grief. Where would you put me and Fozzy in the 5 stages of grief?
Denial. Denial.
No. They're further. The denial was at the beginning. He's gone past the anger because he was angry already. At Palace, he was angry. Right? The what if they're in between the what bargaining. You know what? Foz is at depression. That's why he's going to be out. He's going to be at acceptance at 7 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, Husam will be at depression already because you'll see the starting lineup and be like, for fuck's sake, we're doing the same thing. By 10 o'clock, they'll be both at acceptance. It is what it is. Listen, I've seen this is the same game. I've played it. It is what it is. Just accept it. Listen, the quicker you accept it, you'll get over the grief quicker. But you can't rush the stages of grief. So they just got to go through it, people. You guys in the chat know. I'm seeing everyone in the chat. I've never seen the chat so united, ever. Apart from the one guy that's getting upset and crying. Forgot his name is Ed or whatever his name is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Guys, listen, the sooner, guys, the lower you drop your expectations, the easier it is to smash them, right? So when you put the expectation
lower
on
than
the floor,
this, I said I just want good performance. It
well,
cannot
Husam,
be lower than good performance.
This is the problem. You know, I've had to lower my expectations all season after every game. You know, I lower it to, can I just see Florian Wirtz get a key pass? Like, can that be? It's a good game if he gets a key pass. You know, if he just sets someone up for a goal, it's a good game. Like that. These are the levels that we're at, guys. You have to lower your expectations, and then you know you've accepted where you are. Like I just accept the fact that my manager isn't going to change shit. So I just gotta hope that on the day, Villa's midfield decides to say, you know what, we're missing everything. We're missing everything today.
Do you know what's mad? I remember when I was in denial, right? Or in the depression stage. And all I wanted at that point, when I was numb, right? When I was in Fozzy's position, all I wanted was the slot to just come to the ground in the tracksuit and stay in it. I didn't want to see him in a suit. I didn't want to see him with his Rolex on. I wanted him with his Fitbit, right? With his Apple Watch. In a tracksuit, would have said to me, he's ready to get down and dirty. He's ready to, this is crisis. He turned up in the Rolex. I can't take this man seriously. I can't take him seriously, you know. I actually can't. At this point, it is.
Actually, you know what? If we make it past the first 15 minutes without conceding a goal, we've already improved 100%.
We better not concede the first goal because
no, we haven't. We've done that already. We've done that in the last game. It doesn't matter.
It's over.
I mean, I'm telling you what's going to happen. We're going to concede first, then we're going to score second, and then in the final 10 minutes of the game, Salah's going to pull something. He's just going to pull the cat out of the bag, and everyone's going to say, "Oh, we're back, the mighty pool. We're back, baby." Nah.
All right, Husam. Quick question, right? Liverpool losing 3-0 at half time. Do you do an emergency stream at half time to announce you're out? Oh my god, I can't wait.
Emergency stream at halftime is crazy, bro.
Listen, I say you run it. You'd break the internet. You'd break the internet for that 15 minutes. I'm going to be honest. Live. Yeah, exactly. No, he needs to do a separate stream. Keep that one running.
He's just going to do another one. He's all right,
just
guys,
keep that one running. 2 streams at once. Yeah.
Husam, tomorrow's the last day, bro. I'm telling you. You know me for a long time, bro. Husam, you know me for a long time. I don't quit that quickly, but I think tomorrow's the last day.
When is it gonna end, Robbie?
Tomorrow's the last day, bro. We're done now.
I know. It's difficult.
Hold on. I gotta inject a little bit of hope into my background. 1 second.
It's just
hopium. All right. Man. Just a little bit of hopium. Just a little bit of hope. I could just hope.
I hope he scores.
The only footballer at my club, Hugo Wembanyama, the only guy worthy of my praise. My baller, my number 22.
Listen, look, I'll be honest with you guys. Tomorrow's gonna tell me a lot. Stop laughing, Gary, because I'm trying to make a football point.
Why did my camera get all
let me just say, I'm trying my best, but this guy keep making me laugh because he's fucking diagnosed me with Liverpool depression. It's fucking hilarious. But anyway, big up to you, Jerry. You get me. Thank you, doctor, for telling me. But regardless, I'll say this.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, I can't wait. Listen, Halloween, people. Happy Halloween. Look who's dressed up for Halloween. Yeah. I am.
You can see that in the Arsenal stand now. You know that, yeah? They're going to use that against us now.
Of course, they might as well use
Oh,
it.
dude, I don't. I mean, like, I would way rather see City win because I hate. I don't hate Arsenal. I hate the Arsenal fan base. Like, it would just be Armageddon. It would be Armageddon. I'd have to remove YouTube from my internet. I'd be like, I'm not turning that.
Mike,
on.
you don't live in London, bro.
to
You
hear
don't
these
live in
guys.
London. You're lucky, bro. You're lucky. We live in London.
Oh, I don't know. Not only that,
I'm fucked.
I don't know another living human being that I have like real life contact with that watches this sport. I'm blessed. I don't have to
You're
deal with
lucky
it.
guy, man.
I don't have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis.
Have you guys just to understand the state of where we are, right? Have you guys seen the stuff that San Marino's been tweeting about Liverpool?
Oh my God! Can we play you every week?
What?
Can we play you every week?
The thing reads, "Hello, please play against us." You know they've won 2 games they've won 2 matches in 200 games.
Jerry,
This is come on, this doesn't make any sense.
I said that Enns could coach a U9 team to a victory against Liverpool. That's the confidence that I have in this club.
It's such uncool,
And the thing is, the worst thing about it is, he's like Slot's an intelligent guy. That's the worst thing about it. He's an intelligent guy.
He's just arrogant.
He's an intelligent guy. You don't,
just arrogant,
but that's where it is. I don't think he doesn't understand football. I've not said that once, by the way. Throughout the whole thing, I don't think so. I think he's intelligent. I agree with Husam to a certain point, but sorry, this is just untenable. You can't.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think Ryan Reynolds FC would end up beating us?
I'm hoping he changes stuff around because he has to at this moment in time. He rested all these players. Stop smiling. I'm trying to be serious.
You're about to just dress up. You're about to dress up hope. You're dressing up hope. You're dressing up hope.
I believe we can beat Aston Villa tomorrow.
You believe that, yeah, Husam? You, yeah?
Fozzie's
No bullshit, bro. No bullshit, bro. Come on, man.
You believe that we have a higher percent chance of winning.
You give up already. Listen,
You can't even say
Mike,
with
it
a
was
straight
3v2. Mike, it was 3v2 at one point. It's not 3v1.
Listen, bro, we're on our settings, all right? We listen, Liverpool, the Liverpool way right now is to be outnumbered. So right now we're technically more of the Liverpool way than you guys because we're the ones who are outnumbered, right? Because everything's got to be a +1 to the opposition. So I'll take it. We're fine. We're all good. 2v3, easy money. But Fozzie,
The thing is,
he's already turned it.
I know. The most upsetting thing about this, right, is what Husam's saying. I believe Liverpool can beat Aston Villa. I believe Liverpool can beat every team they can play. The amount of money we've spent, we should believe we can beat every team that we play.
It should be the minimum expectation. Like, guys,
every team we face this season, right? I look at our bench, I look at our team, and I'm like, I can't believe the players we've got.
This, yeah. I was meant to do a watch along in it. I do watch alongs in it. I was meant to do a lot watch along. I saw the starting lineup. I just said, I delete it, man. I can't be bothered watching.
Bro, I texted Husam that. I was like, I can't believe I set up a watch along. And then Husam responded. So
there's no point.
Husam, you can fight it all you want, but he's smiling. He's when Husam starts doing this on stream, that's when I know he's blanked out and he's thinking, yeah, it's gonna happen, It's gonna happen. On Monday night, on Monday, it's solid, it's solidified. He's gonna be like, sorry, I need to get Slot out. Unfortunately, look, he's done great, but the streams are gonna be who we're gonna get in. The stream with him and Tom are going to be discussing who the next manager of Liverpool should be.
But
I'll be there in the comments.
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on, because technically, the best thing that could happen is for Husam to be slot out. Because if I do remember correctly, when we first appointed the manager, there was one particular human being.
That was an emotional reaction.
It was one particular human being who said, "Hey, do you want to know what my What was he cooking? What did he see? What did Husam see all the way back then? He's been vindicated. He's been vindicated. He's been vindicated. Husam,
Imagine I
that
just
would
go like, I was right all along. You know,
that
no,
would
I
that would
never
end
did.
that clip. No one could ever play that clip again. You know, that would end that.
I mean, they
Everyone's like,
haven't
you know what,
played
he
it
was
in a
right.
while. They mocked
He was
me, and now
right.
everyone's flat out in the fan base. Callum
You know what?
Sanderson.
Maybe you knew. See, this is what happens. You know, like deep down, right? When you go and you might make a comment. So some people see like a partner or a girl and they'll be like, yeah, you're not husband material. You're not this. You're not that. Then they end up with the person for whatever reason. And then they break up a year later. And you're like, but you knew this. But deep down, you just wanted to. You knew this, Husam. You knew it. We started and you were like, slot out. I'm going to be slot out. If we get slot, I'm slot out from the first day he gets in.
That's my reading. Of
You
the
said
situation.
that and you knew it. And what happened? You got gaslit. You were hoodwinked like we all were. And now you're just coming to terms. We haven't even seen the real Husam yet, people. We haven't seen the real
What
Husam.
do you mean? This is the real Husam. I
You're
believe.
not. You're not. You're not.
If I feel
Listen,
like Slot
10
can't take it
p.m.
forward, I'll say Slot
10
out.
p.m. people. Husam's back. Don Husam. This is football.
Why
Is
are
back.
you predicting that we lose though? We can win.
We can.
No.
I just don't
no.
think we will. That's the
Husam,
problem. We can
Husam,
win.
I'm predicting that we're gonna win, and there will be more people slot out than before. I think we're gonna get the result, but people are not gonna like what they see. That's what the people need to wake up to, guys. This isn't about results. Like, it's 9 games into the season. Even if we were 7 points ahead, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about the league if I were in Arsenal's position. It's only 9 games in. There's 29 games left to play. And there's the Champions League and the FA Cup. That's stupid. It's Halloween 2025. I'm not talking about May. Name a single thing in your life that you plan 8 months in advance for, right? Maybe like a wedding, maybe a trip, but very few and far between. It's about what I'm seeing and the fact that I feel like every time I watch football, I'm bleaching my fucking eyes. I can't have that. I can't have that. That's the difference. You're going to get the result.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
It's crazy. You know.
A child, yes. Few and far between, I said. Yes, then.
Funniest part of this whole stream is I can't believe I've become the positive guy in this fan base. It's fucking mental.
I'm there.
This
but
is, Fuzzy,
I
stop,
can't.
stop. You're slot out already. You just haven't said it.
I
You're
can't.
slot out. To be honest, because the lineup that's just gonna happen tomorrow. So you're already slot out anyway. So you get me. I'm not.
I'll watch this press conference, bro.
I'm slotted. I'm waiting.
Oh,
I'm waiting. Anyway, I've become the top red now. It's crazy. I've become everything I've hated. Anyway, listen. Let me grab these supers before I end the stream. Guys, we got 900 people in here. Let's get 400 likes, please. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you, please like and subscribe. Man, this has been one tough-ass show, man. It went from crisis meeting to investigating which level of depression Husam is on. And then Fuzzy just caved in. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be out. Yeah, he's giving
I know what he's gonna pick. I know what he's gonna do.
Why you've given up already?
Well, I'm done, man. I can't do it no more.
We want to be. Hold on. We want to be proven wrong, though. Here's the thing,
Well,
here's the thing.
he said
Husam,
it. There we go. There we
guys,
go.
everyone doesn't understand this. Everyone doesn't understand this. All those who are Arnie slot out right now,
My job's done. My job's
we
done.
are in a win-win situation. Because if he does change and we start winning, well, guess what? My football club gets better, and I was right. So hold that. And if he loses and we start losing, unfortunately, I'm right. Hold that. It's a win-win over here. This side is a win-win. Can't lose. Can't lose.
The press conference is to distract the media and reduce pressure. Our best coach in this era, Klopp, didn't win the league back-to-back. Slot has to change. I agree. Guys, I'm so tired of you guys, man.
He gives tactics away. This time he's distracting. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
I support the manager, and hopefully tomorrow. Let's go. Why am I slotting insert copium argument? Yeah, but I've already said it's hopium. I have never denied this. It is hopium, 100%. I'm completely have hopium. Nothing else. Slot saw Mariska win the Conference League and said, easy trophy. Wow. Wow. I doubt he'll be here if we make it to Conference League, though. Husam, afraid to be called slot flip-flop. Listen, here's the thing. Jokes aside, I'm not afraid to be anything. I'm the most like... I have had so many strong opinions on this platform. I'm the last guy that you will say is afraid to say something. But to be honest, like jokes aside, I legitimately don't believe that I have to get the manager gone. I legitimately don't believe it. If I believed it, I'd say it. And you guys know I'm not shy of saying stuff.
10 o'clock, people. 10 p.m. GMT.
If the next manager is Dutch, don't give him second season. If you know, you know. The next manager won't be Dutch, my brother.
If we hire another if
Spanish.
we hire another Dutchman, I'm changing allegiances. It's that simple. I can't stand the Dutch.
Fairs. He's going to support LA Galaxy. Villa loss and beat Madrid equal mass confusion. Imagine we lose to Villa and then beat Madrid and beat Man City, bro. What the fuck are we doing here? Put the prize in the bag, bro. Put the prize in the bag.
No, that would be amazing because in my eyes, and this is my hopium, it will be someone else in charge, and there will be jubilation going into the international break.
People aren't understanding. We can still win we can still win the Champions League. Like it's not like, I mean, even under Arne Slot, there is some sort of possibility. Like you're gonna probably get to the round of 32. You won't finish in the top 8. Maybe by that time, at least in Europe, you've established a style of play for European football. And as we all know, knockout rounds are knockout rounds. Shit teams make it all the time. Like, sure. But in England, it's going to be fucking peak. It's going to be peak. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, the league matters more. At least for Liverpool, because we don't have fucking any of them. So.
April 2024, Husam was spitting full circle, but as Mike said, we want to be proven wrong. Listen, man, I hope I'm proven right and we slap Aston Villa tomorrow. You get me? I'm going to dunk on all 4 of these. If it happens, I'm going to dunk on all of you. You get me? Fuzzy out of the slot penitentiary, #free, #slot out. You know, I'll be honest with you. I think Fuzzy fully just turned because of like the pressure, bro. Like he got pressured. He got gegenpressed by Jerry James and he just turned.
Listen, I just implemented clock tactics and ultimately I've sacrificed myself. I'm still in the slot penitentiary to save the rest of these guys. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm itchy in there because I'm trying to drag him out. He doesn't want to. He's Listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
When is it going to end, Robbie? Anyway, speaking of when is it going to end, we're going to end the stream here. Love to every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing us so much love, so much support. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Go subscribe to everyone on the panel as well. Thank you guys. We've gained a lot of subscribers. You get me recently through different uploads and videos and live streams. We are on 64.2k, so thank you guys so much. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so, and don't forget to use the code Husam for 8% off on OK jersey. Unlike Liverpool Football Club, they deliver. You get me? So big up to all of you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. I haven't yet decided on watch along. I'll decide later. Peace out.
Don't bother.